Aloha, friends. Welcome back to the Radiate Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Christine D. Ross, and today I am thrilled to announce that my latest book, Health Beams, is officially available today. So this book is dedicated to your journey, your health, longevity, and your well-being. So today I am going to share with you why I wrote this book and a little bit about the Health Beings method. So why did I write Health Beings? Well, it's simple. I believe that everyone deserves to live a long, healthy life filled with vitality and happiness. In today's world, it's so easy to get lost in the noise of all these health trends and fad diets and different people telling us that we should do this and should do that and eat this way and exercise that way. And I wanted to create something different that cuts through all of that noise. I wanted to give you a personal compass, something that guides you toward a life of sustainable health and balance, a path that's as unique to you as, well, your own feet are in it. For me, this journey toward wellness became deeply personal when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. That moment changed almost everything. It was a wake-up call that pushed me to seek real answers and holistic prevention strategies. I didn't want to take a lifetime of pills and treatments that the doctor suggested. It wasn't just about finding a quick fix. Now, I don't know what exactly caused my cancer, but the genetic test confirmed that my cancer had nothing to do with my genetics. In my research, I discovered that only about 10 to 25% of the diseases we get are actually genetically related. So that means that 75 to 90% of our diseases are created by the environment we live in and the choices that we make every day. So I dug deep to discover what I could do to naturally create a healthy life, a life where I can live healthily to a long, old age, where I can be 90 years old or 102 and being on the floor playing with my grandkids if I ever get them. And kiddos out there, it's okay. I am totally okay with the little fur babies, but I can get on the ground and play with them and easily get up off of the floor. And when somebody asks me if I want to go on a hike, I can jump and say, yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. I can hike that mountain. I can walk that path, go swim in the ocean and just do all of these things that I love for as long as I want to feel healthy in my body and not confined and imprisoned in this vehicle I'm living in. So I searched to discover what true health and vitality really mean. I explored so many different paths, from trying out various diets and foods to understanding the impact of toxins and learning stress reduction techniques and recognizing the significance of exercise. I also found how important it is to nurture relationships. So I dove deep into research, particularly focusing on communities known for their longevity, like those in the blue zones where people live to be like 100 years old or more. And in these places, these people, they not only can sit and get up off of the floor easily, but they spend time each and every day working the earth, tilling their gardens, they're eating the foods that they are growing, are exercising every day. They are spending time together as communities each evening with a simple glass of wine. So these discoveries inspired me to create the Beams method. It's a holistic approach that draws from the wisdom of these cultures and communities that seem to truly understand the art of living long, vibrant lives. Each part of the Beams method, balanced nutrition, enjoyable exercise, aloha friends, mindful living, and sustainable environment, is designed to give you a clear roadmap to optimizing your health and unlocking your full potential to live a long, healthy health span. So I just want to start introducing you to my book, Health Beams, by reading you a little insert. I started my new book, Discover the Adventure of You, in the same way. By first couple of pages, I added just a little poem. And no, this is not a poem book. This is actually a workbook. So this little poem that I wrote to describe the book within the first pages starts out, Health Beams. Embark on this journey where health is the quest, with Health Beams as your map guiding your best. Balanced nutrition fuels your ride, enjoyable exercise with joy as your guide. Aloha friends, companions true, mindful living, each moment new. A sustainable environment, our world to sustain. Together, we drive through sunshine and rain. In the car of life, down roads unknown, Health Beams lights the way, seeds are sown. With every mile, your strength will grow towards a health span where vitality flows. So buckle up, let the adventure start. With Health Beams, navigate by heart. On this path to wellness, with purpose and gleam, discover your best life with Health Beams. So as in this poem, it somewhat introduces you the concept of the analogy of our life, our path as a road trip, as well as our bodies as our vehicles. So in breaking down each of the elements of Health Beams, we will first start with balanced nutrition. So in the book, I compare nutrition to the fuel that we fuel our bodies with. And like a vehicle, some vehicles, if they're not meant for diesel, they will break down if they have diesel fuel. And on the other hand, some cars really need that high octane level gas to be able to work their best. So I do separate foods in different octane levels in my book, starting with the foods like processed foods, the sugar, the ones that we know that aren't good for us, right? And then work out from there to really the bottom line, having a balanced diet that is full of real food and whole grains and real fruits and just nourishment. I like to say, try to get at least 30 different types of fruits and vegetables into your diet a week. And you can do this by just loading your plate full of just colorful fruits and vegetables. The key is real fruits and vegetables, okay? Not Fruit Loops or those synthetic, artificially colored and dyed foods that would be our diesel fuel that will make us feel really sluggish and run down and is not actual fuel for us. So, what is the right fuel for your body? I've narrowed it down to whole foods, but still we get to be our own guinea pig. So for example, I have chosen for me not to eat red meat because as I have done my research, I have learned that consuming red meat can cause breast cancer. And not only breast cancer, but prostate cancer, colon cancer, and a few different types of cancers and diseases. So for me, letting go of red meat, I feel really good. I have energy. And on the plus side, my cholesterol levels have gone significantly down from not having the meat in my diet. But on the other hand, there might be people out there that feel like they really need that red meat in their diets, that they don't perform the same without it. So you get to really be your own scientific experiment and eliminate a few things, eat a little bit more of other things, and really just see what that perfect balanced nutrition is for you. So that's balanced nutrition. So moving on, the next part of beams is E, enjoyable exercise. So enjoyable exercise just comes down to finding joy in everyday movement. What is it that you love to do? So for me, I do lift a little weights because I know that's good for my muscle and retaining that. So that way I can have a healthier body for longer. But I don't like doing it. And another one is yoga, which I like doing a little bit more, but still it kind of has that love-hate relationship with it. It's kind of hard to get going once in a while, but once I'm done and, just laying there in Savasana, yeah, that feels pretty good. I like that part. But what really gets me going every single day that you can count me doing this particular exercises at least 5 days out of 7 is simply walking. To walk out in nature, go down my own driveway and down my road that I live on. And there is a little bit of connection with nature, and I go to a park every day. But part of my walks is greatly encouraged by my buddy Bodhi, which is by my side almost all of the time. And if I move my arm here, you can see that he's just hanging out back there, relaxing on my couch. Because he's tired, because he went for his walk this morning. So there are benefits for him as well for going for a walk. With him by my side, he is never slowing me down. In fact, he's actually sometimes pulling me to go a little bit faster. I'm not sure if it's because I connect with him, but I'm able to connect with nature as I move through nature on a deeper level and really be able to tune into my 5 senses, listening to the sounds, whether it's the rustling of the leaves or the birds chirping, and the smells and the fragrances in the air, to smell the blossoms and the gardenias, and they're just so fragrant and just magnificent, beautiful. And the sights, to be able to really be able to see the sun coming down to certain trees, even when it's a rainy day, be able to enjoy the rain just softly falling on my skin. And yes, there's days that it pours, and we handle that. We do that as well. Usually it's by getting stuck in a downpour, but we run back home and we make it home. It always feels so great to be able to just get out there in nature. My stress levels go down. My mind opens up wide. I do my most imagining and thought-provoking conversations with myself through these walks. It is almost like a meditation walk in nature every day. It's when I make notes and I journal on my phone of different thoughts that I have. Anyway, moving on, find some type of exercise that you truly enjoy, which can also be walking in your yard. Something productive. Like, I don't like weeding, but I love the benefits of going and getting a fresh fruit. I had dragon fruit the other day from my yard, and oh, so delicious, so worth planting that dragon fruit a couple years ago and, tending to it, gardening, and being able to just enjoy the benefits from the results. So moving on from enjoyable exercise is Aloha Friends. So Aloha Friends is comparable to your AAA roadside assistance, that person that is always there, those friends that you can count on, be there whether it's rain or shine or night or a day, that you can call on at any time, and you know that they are always there to support you, and vice versa. You will stop everything, your tracks, and go and help this person out, or just listen to them, whatever is going on. They are also your roadside companion. So think about that. If you're going on a very long journey, road trip, who is somebody that you would love to have by your side? This is the person that is not going to annoy you after 5 minutes, that you're going to want to push them out of your vehicle, okay? This is somebody that you can have deep, heartful conversations with. It doesn't even need to be talking. You can feel so comfortable with this person that you can sit for hours on end and not say a word, but also have a feeling of knowing exactly what they're thinking about and where they're at. When I talk about this companion that you share such energy with, that you know each other so well and can share anything with, that brings in the true essence of an aloha friend. So aloha, it means so much more than the typical hello, goodbye, and I love you greetings. It goes deep into feeling the energy within not only yourself, but in the other. It's this mutual respect and love and oneness. In Hawaii, we have what is called aloha aina. So that means to respect the land, take care of the land, to nurture it, pick up after yourself. Aloha aina is this mutual respect that as I take care of the earth, she provides and continues to take care of me. And so when we incorporate the aloha energy with our friends, it's that type of friendship where there is no judgment. There's only respect and love and the feeling of mutual understanding and oneness. So also, besides that, one or two close companions that's by your side, to be able to expand in your tribe, your family, in your community, whatever that is to you, to find people out there that have common goals, that like to also do some of the same hobbies that you like to do, to have gatherings, share a meal together, and just simply sit back and relax and talk at night. Moving forward, the next part of beings would be M for mindful living. So in my analogy of being a vehicle, your mind is the control center. That is where everything is happening from. So who is driving your vehicle? Do you know who that person is? Do you trust them with all of your life? So in this control center, it's important to be conscious of your surroundings, to be able to see that roadblock in the distance and learn to know how you can maneuver around it before you get there. It's about living with intention, knowing where you're going, being focused, but yet staying present and in the moment. It's also about being in charge of the stories you tell yourself. So, for example, in my book, I talk about the stories that I told myself as a mother of teenagers when they would not show up at home at night. And my mind would just go to the worst case scenarios. And upon that, it would build worse and worse case scenarios and stories of what was going on. And I'm not going to go on to what those stories were, but all they did was provide me chaos and anxiety and stress, and for nothing. And if my kids were listening or are listening now, they'll be like, I told you, Mom, we were just fine. You were worrying about nothing. And it's true. I was worrying about nothing. So be conscious of the stories that you're telling yourself. What are you telling yourself about your body? What is your self-talk about yourself? And to realize, are they true? Whoever told you those things about yourself that are not true? And change that self-talk. So instead of saying things that aren't true of yourself or negative, change that to, I love myself. The things I love about myself are, and what am I grateful for? Like, I am grateful that, I've got eyes that can still see without glasses. I have lungs that I can take a deep breath of air and breathe easily. I am grateful that my heartbeat is beating without any assistance from anything. And I'm grateful that my body is able to allow me to go on walks every day. So change your story to positivity. So I don't know if you happen to listen or watch one of my last episodes, The Power of Intention and the Law of Attraction. So I explain that you create what you're thinking most of the time. So if your thoughts create what you do, then it only makes sense to create thoughts with intentions of what you really want to manifest in your life and go from there. Also, besides what you want to create in your life, tune into your body, because guess what? Our bodies are so good at hiding things from us that it really is a blessing if you can tune in to your body and know beforehand, before you get that huge signal of pain or distress coming from your body, that something's wrong. For instance, for me, with my cancer story, I did know I had a lump for at least a couple of years. But I had had lumps before, and I had had it taken out, and it was nothing. And that lump, this last time, I just said to myself, I know my body. I know that if it's cancer, I would know. And I didn't have any feelings or anything that it was cancer or any reasons to go get it checked out until one day. And I just had a deep impression, that aha moment of, it's time, go get this checked out. Now, I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any type of discomfort. No signals at my body saying, hey, you have a monster of cancer inside of you. You better go get that checked out. No, it was my deep inner thoughts, my inner knowing of tuning into my own body, knowing that there was something of discord in there, and hey, just go get this checked out. And so I did. And fortunate for me, I caught it before it was, stage 3 or stage 4 cancer, before it would have manifested as some type of indents on my skin or a different type of symptom. And you think about it, most diseases don't even get looked at until you have that pain or something going on that you're like, I need to go get this checked out. So what if you could tap into your own body, listen to it, and just feel, hey, there's something discordant in here. I'm just going to go get it checked out. And maybe you will find that some type of disease has presented it in your body. But the good news is maybe you can find it while it's still young enough to treat, to manage, to control, instead of ending up with a stage 4 cancer diagnosis that just seems unbeatable. So let's move on from here. The next thing would be sustainable environment. Comparing our life to a journey, our environment is our roads. So we either have smooth roads that are just smooth sailing. You know, this is the highway, no potholes. You can go as fast as we want or as slow as we want. It's just smooth going. And then there's other roads, or sometimes when there's big potholes or rocks or boulders or construction in the way, or it's a road that is just gravel and stirring up dust and mess wherever you go. I've got these signs in my home that I love to look at, and it seems like they always provide me the perfect message at great timings. One of these signs that I have says, "Don't blame others for the road you're on. That's your own asphalt." So that just works too perfectly in this scenario. You do create the road you are on. Take some credibility to the road that you're on. It is your own asphalt. So take control of it. Create the environment that supports the healthy lifestyle that you are wanting. And the best place to start is your own home. How does it feel when you arrive in your home? Is it full of clutter and chaos, and you just feel like even to be able to relax or sit down anywhere, you just have to like push a bunch of stuff off to be able to just sit? And then still, how does it feel? So to begin with, the first step would be just remove and replace. This is kind of like fixing the potholes and repaving it with nice new asphalt. Remove those roadblocks, move the rocks out of your space. So whether that's one of your triggers is eating a big bag of potato chips, and okay, you don't mean to eat the whole bag of potato chips, right? It first just starts out, oh, I'm just going to have a handful. And you just go and sit back and you're just eating this handful of potato chips. But the next thing you know, the whole stinking bag is gone. And I've been here. I know what you're going through, okay? The easiest thing to do is not allow that bag of potato chips to be in your pantry to begin with, to replace it with something else that satisfies that craving, that's healthy and nourishing. And this is where you get to be your guinea pig again, back to the balanced nutrition. So these beings, they spin around, okay? One overlaps with the other. But also just setting up an environment for success. So filling your pantry with healthy, whole foods, putting food on your counter that invites a good, nutritious, sweet snack instead of going for those cookies. But also, I just want to just say, we are all human and nobody is going to be perfect, and that is okay. Allow yourself to do all of these beans, but allow yourself a little bit of wiggle room, okay? Like 90% of the time, make sure that you're eating healthy, but allow yourself, if you feel like you get to have that one cookie, eat that one cookie. But if you know you're going to be eating the entire package, then probably best to not have that in your environment in the first place. Okay, so besides food and from your home, the other thing with a sustainable environment is what else can you put into your environment? So on a road, you have your environment. You got the trees you're passing, water and waterfalls and mountains and all these beautiful things. Hey, what is going to allow you to live healthier and more happy? Is it going to be putting up pretty pictures? You get to paint your environment with what will support your healthy lifestyle. So, for instance, you may want to create a little relaxation space. If you want to start meditating and just learn how to relieve stress that way, create a little Zen zone. And it could just be in a little nook or cranny in the corner of a room. You don't have to live in a mansion to have spaces for everything. Also, another huge thing to incorporate in this to be able to sustain yourself is a good sleeping space. Just clear all distractions out of your sleep space that doesn't allow you to sleep good. I mean, bright flashing lights, the blue lights, just have a nice, calm, relaxing atmosphere, comfy pillows and bedding and sheets that allow your body to breathe and not get too hot at night. And if it's air conditioning or a heater or an extra blanket, whatever it is that allows you to really get a good night's sleep, because that is definitely necessary to be able to sustain yourself throughout your life. So now that we've covered all of the beams, you may be asking where to start. So the first place to start would be go to Amazon and purchase my book, Health Beams. It is available as an ebook, paperback, and hardbook. But once you have the book, open it up and take your time. Go slow, just one page at a time. Be true to yourself. So one of the things that I do incorporate into my books is they are both books, and that is through intention. Because as you put your thoughts into action, into that pen and onto paper, you're putting your thoughts into tangible form, which then is the first way to manifest what you desire into reality. So put that pen to paper. If you are doing this on a Kindle, get a notepad and a pen and write down. It's doable. You can do it. You can find a way. Be your own creator that way. But allow your intentions to process into tangible form. Then allow it to manifest health and vitality into your life. And I invite you to go even farther and get my book, Discover the Adventure of You. So Discover the Adventure of You is a much bigger book with where Health Beings is just a quicker, easier approach. But in Discover the Adventure of You, you can concentrate more deeply on the Beams methods, such as knowing who you are, the one who is in the driver's seat. You're able to just go deeper to where you can gain a deeper awareness of your thoughts and actions. The book, it has tools of gaining clarity, mapping out goals, discovering your values, freeing yourself from addictions, forgiveness, building healthy relationships with people and food. The list just goes on and on. And for even more assistance on your health and wellness journey, please welcome me to be your coach. I would love to assist you in applying the Beams principles tailored to your unique needs. You can contact me on my website, radiatehealthandwellness.com, or email me at radiate.hw@gmail.com and schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Thank you for your support in joining me on these podcasts. Your support really does mean the world to me. And Thank you for joining as I celebrate the launch of my new book, Health Beams. And as always, if you know someone who could benefit from the messages shared today, please share this with them. You never know how far your ripple can go. Together, we can create a world overflowing with vibrancy and balance. And please follow and subscribe to stay updated on the latest episodes. And thank you for all of you that have already subscribed. It definitely means the world that you are supporting me. So you can also check out my website, radiatehealthandwellness.com, for further resources, recipes, blog posts, and information on my health and wellness coaching. So mahalo for tuning in today. And until next time, check out my books and radiate health and wellness in all that you do.